mother, strung out on drugs, struggling on the streets of Cleveland, thirsty for hope. This is the story for many women in our area. And one woman decided to be their light and help them find a new way of living. She's making Cleveland a better land. Yolanda, you know, we're walking the streets where a lot of women are struggling to survive because of their drug use. And here it is, your home is sort of like a haven of hope for them in the midst of their darkness.
Yes, it is. And I am very proud to be a part of it, to get these ladies off the streets.
Off the streets and up these steps to Mommy and Me Too, a place that welcomes drug-addicted mothers and their children on their journey to recovery and healing. A story that Yolanda Green knows well because she too struggled with drugs as a mother.
Because I had nowhere to go with my child, a safe place. I kept getting out of treatment, but then I would go to the old places and I would return to use. So it was very important for me to provide a safe place for women with their children.
Yolanda used to work at a local treatment center and used her resources to hire staff to manage her 7 homes, most of which are in long-term recovery, so they understand what the mothers are going through.
For the most part, they come in and their anxiety is high. They come in with a lot of shame because of their using in their past, and they want to be a mom, they just don't know how.
Even though I had my son, I wasn't parenting him, you know, in active addiction. I was just allowing him to survive.
He's the one who made it.
Jaleesa Howard says she was lost and broken when she found Mommy and Me Too, but through counseling, parenting classes, and a structured daily routine, she and her son Tremere are on the right track.
I didn't know that I didn't even know who I was. The person I thought I was is not the person that I am. And every day I'm getting to learn to know who I am. But since I've been clean and been working a program and understanding the disease of addiction, I realize it's more than just the wanting to stop, because for a very long time I wanted to stop, but I just physically and mentally couldn't.
Witnessing the transformation process of her residents affirms Yolanda's mission to help these hurting mothers and their children.
I can just look back when I was a part of the problem, right in this same area, and to come back and give to the community and help someone, and just maybe that person would have died if they didn't have a place to go, with the overdose rates being. So it really makes me feel good, and it just motivates me more.
Today, Jaleesa and Tremere have high hopes for a bright future. Mommy and Me Too rescued them from the darkness of drug addiction and ushered in a whole new way of living.
So if it wasn't for Mommy and Me Too,
If it wasn't for Mommy and Me Too, I would be dead.
such a great program. Yolanda has opened another house for men. It's called Fathers Matter Too, to help men who are struggling with addiction and want to be good fathers to their children. For more information on this story, you can go to our website and our News 5 app. Well, still to come on Good Morning Cleveland, while a downtown convention center has closed for nearly a year, vendors are now looking forward to getting back to work this weekend as Cleveland rebounds from the pandemic. It's 6:25. Some weather stories now. An Iowa community is cleaning up today after a strong storm left behind damage and debris. The National Weather Service says a tornado hit the Cedar Rapids area. The twister was rated an EF0. That scale goes from 0 to 5, depending on how fast the wind gusts are. The NWS says that it produced winds of around 85 miles per hour. Several homes were damaged in the severe weather, including one that had part of its roof blown off.
Can I kill my live tag? I need to kill my tag, you guys.
That was a reporter in Texas. She was forced to take shelter as a hailstorm came down, interrupting her live shot. She even tweeted out pictures of hail the size of golf balls. Luckily, her and her photographer were safe. A tornado warning was also issued for the area. And Trent, you have some good insight into, what we do for a living, what you guys do, and, the decisions that are being made.
The decisions that are being made, or in her situation, aren't being made. I don't know. I feel like whenever it's our show, Mark's the same way. Whenever we have reporters out in thunderstorms, we try to take care of them,
Right.
Tell them what's coming their way. Anyway, that's just neither here nor there. But anyway, we don't have any of that in our forecast. If there's hail coming out of the sky that's golf ball size, she tweeted that out, that's falling at about 100 miles per hour. So that's very damaging. Anyway, we don't have any of that in our forecast. I do have some more thunder in the forecast. We'll show you that coming up.
Welcome back to Good Morning Cleveland on News 5.
Coming up on Good Morning Cleveland, hundreds of construction projects planned for Ohio roads. What's happening this summer and why safety is impacting a big portion of the upgrades. And Cleveland rebounding. Vendors are back in the convention center downtown this weekend for the first time in more than a year. You're watching Good Morning Cleveland. Happy Friday to you. I'm Danita Harris. Meteorologist Trent McGill is with me right now this morning. Katie has a day off, and it's a good day to be off and enjoy the warm temps.
Oh, beautiful day for it. After we get through these morning little rain showers, I think we've got a lot of dry time back into the mid-70s. Should be a pretty nice Friday. It's 6:30 right now, and check this out. I've finally got some showers to show you. The Cleveland radar has been having communication issues all morning long. So now we're back with it. Now we're back with some updates, and I can actually show you where this rain is. Solid, right? Heavy rain pushing through North Ridgeville, Fields, heading toward North Olmsted. I'm going to put a tracker on this for you. This will slow you down. It looks like it's heading pretty much right along the turnpike and then up 480. Moving at about 25 to 30 miles per hour puts it in North Olmsted at 641, so within the next couple minutes. Westlake 643, Fairview Park just before 650. So that's what we're looking at right now. Elsewhere, it's just light rain behind it and then a lot of dry time behind it as well. So we'll get ready for some sun. Got to get through these morning rain showers. We got a couple more days, 2 more days of this summer heat, Danita.
Well, you have to admit, we have been spoiled by good weather lately. And while the longer days and warmer temps gives us that feeling that summer is close, it also means orange barrel headache season is just around the bend. So let's talk to John Rudder to tell us what's on tap for ODOT this year, John.
Well, we can expect another busy construction season as ODOT is gearing up for more than 270 construction projects across Northeast Ohio, 45 of them dedicated to safety improvements as the number of traffic deaths on our roads increase, even despite a decrease in traffic volume in 2020. Now, ODOT credits the increase in the motor vehicle tax that went into effect back in 2019 for keeping projects on schedule, despite the drop in traffic, as we mentioned last year. Work continued on large projects like the Valley View Bridge and Opportunity Corridor. The Valley View Bridge work still on track to be completed by 2024, and 490 between I-77 and East 55th Street will remain closed through the fall of 2021. Highlighting new construction on the schedule this year, the State Route 18 widening project. That $24 million project is aimed at decreasing congestion to improve the flow of traffic and is expected to be completed by 2024. Now, ODOT wants to remind drivers that while these projects are underway, be aware of workers on the highway. There were more than 4,500 crashes in work zones last year and 18 deaths.
Is what we do in our vehicles. The decisions we make impact lives. Over the years, we've designed cars to be safer. We've designed our roads to be safer. But there's still fatalities on our roads, and they continue to increase.
Now, already in 2021, ODOT crews have been hit 52 times in work zones, so ODOT really trying to hammer home that message of slow down and move over when you're in a work zone. Danita.
All right, thank you, John. It is 6:33. The attorney for 26-year-old Charles Hicks II says an Akron police officer should face criminal charges and demands accountability for a use of force tactic the department says isn't a part of officer training. I must tell you that video from the police body cam you're about to see is difficult to watch. Police say it was Officer John Turner blocking the airway of Hicks during a domestic violence call in February. He is seen packing snow into Hicks' face, nose, and mouth while he was handcuffed. Officer Turner resigned back in March, but the Fraternal Order of Police say that wasn't an admission of wrongdoing. The medical examiner is awaiting more pathology test results to say what exactly caused an Akron man to die mysteriously. Johnny Fletcher was found injured, leaning against his car in the parking lot of Parison's Italian restaurant back on March 15th. The 58-year-old suffered injuries to the left side of his body, including a broken hip and shoulder, along with a broken nose. He was taken to Summa Akron City Hospital and died 3 days later.
To not know really what happened to him and really what caused his death is, it makes the days difficult.
Doctors told Johnny's family his injuries were consistent with getting hit by a car. They still don't have any witnesses or surveillance video connected to his death. Homeowners across the country got hit with higher property tax bills for single-family homes last year, jumping 5.4%. The average cost climbed to $3,700. According to an analysis by a property database, we're seeing the largest average increase in 4 years. In Ohio, we're in the top 10. The average bill on property taxes in our area for Cuyahoga County hit $4,300. It's much lower out there in Ashland County, with the average bill under $1,700. The increase in property taxes is likely a sign that the cost of running local governments and public school systems went up well past the rate of inflation. President Biden wants to get people off the street. Former Ohio Congresswoman and current HUD Secretary Marcia Fudge announced $5 billion in funding to help people experiencing homelessness find affordable housing. It's part of the COVID relief package President Biden signed last month. That money will be given to more than 650 institutions, including state and local governments. Restaurants across the country are still struggling to find workers, and many are asking what's behind the labor shortage in the industry. Restaurant Association says that it's seeing a trend. Businesses with open positions, even those offering bonuses and higher pay, have few or no applicants. So what's the reason why former and new workers are shying away? Experts say enhanced unemployment benefits have cut the pressure to rush back to work, and people have children and loved ones to care for and need to stay home, or they have plans to change careers.
Some people, are very concerned that they lost their jobs, they got let go, they had no means, and they're afraid to come back to this industry, I think.
And if those positions don't get filled, some restaurants may be forced to close their doors. Sharing the good. Coming up next on Good Morning Cleveland, you're going to love this story. It's the story of a 12-year-old helping others get food and friendship.
And we've got a look at your morning commute coming up. Specifically, we're talking to Westlake drivers. I've got something that might slow you down if you take Detroit.
It is 6:39, and this morning we want to share the efforts of a 12-year-old making sure people in her Colorado community have food and friendship.
Maybe it would make their day. That's why I started doing them. I'm not expecting anything in return for it.
Miriam designs and writes greeting cards for the homeless, but she pairs them with homemade meals, then hands them out in Colorado Springs. The 6th grader started the effort during the pandemic to lift up those who may be down right now.
I did these at home for fun at the beginning, and then I got the idea, what if I start giving these to people? So that's what I started doing.
Miriam says she plans to do this several times a year. What I've loved, the positive side of this pandemic, is that so many young people we've reported on just stepping up, doing great things, really just showing that they have kindness in their hearts.
Right. And that speaks to their parents, raising them well. I mean, I love it. It's the positive stories that have come out of this last year and a half. I mean, it's pretty neat. We've got some positive stuff coming out of the forecast. We're talking about some showers outside now, some light rain. There's one brief downpour just south of 90, just south of Detroit. So you've got that burst pushing through just across Avon Belden Road. That will eventually make its way up into Westlake. I do have some showers behind it, some lighter rain just behind it, stretching through Lorain County. But after that, you want to hear some positive forecast stuff? Look at this, back into the mid-70s this afternoon. Not quite 83 like yesterday, but we can't Can't break records every day. We can't be this warm every day either. Much cooler air just around the corner. I got another warm day tomorrow, and then thunderstorms, like widespread storms, and then widespread 50s and 60s. I'll show you that. Coming up after the break, stick around. It is 6:41 on your Friday morning. Chris, you're looking great.
It is 6:44, and this weekend, downtown Cleveland's Huntington Convention Center welcomes a convention back for the first time during the pandemic. The space shut down last March, and since then, about 70% of weddings were delayed and many more were downsized. This morning, Kevin Barry explains how the vendors that missed out on business are the first to get back inside the convention center.
The work David Hovrath and his team at Clear Choice Photo are doing to set up their space in the Huntington Convention Center is a chore they're happy to do. The photo company went from 15 to 20 events every week during a normal summer to 1 or 2 in 2020, if they were that lucky.
It was like a 95% drop-off.
They're part of the more than 100 vendors back in the convention center this weekend, showing engaged couples what's possible for their wedding. It's high pressure for the soon-to-be newlyweds and for David.
You got to get it right, because who knows how many shows, how many we're going to have this year, because it's already a late start.
Because of the pandemic, there are a few rules. Tickets are only sold online. There will be masks, social distancing, temperature checks, a 25% capacity limit, and aisles will go in one direction. Show manager Jennifer Fife says the shared goal is to make this work for everybody.
All of us are in this business because we love it. So there's no negatives anymore right now. It's just we're going to all grow up, rebuild together.
But the convention center also upgraded the building itself. It got more than $2 million in CARES Act money and used it to upgrade the HVAC system. Buy metal detectors that take the temperature of people who walk through them, get special stickers to put in high-touch areas that kill germs on contact, and now more doors have touchless entry. Convention Center GM Ron King says just like 9/11 made us rethink safety protocol, COVID is making us rethink public spaces.
Whether or not that sticks around for a long time, I don't know. We'll see what the CDC says, but that being said, we're prepared for anything at this point.
The Cuyahoga County courts have also used the Global Center for Health Innovation, which is attached to and run by the convention center, and one conference room in the center for bench trials on and off since September. They plan to do it again starting at the end of the month until at least the end of June. King says those court areas will be sectioned off and separated from where convention goers will be.
The sheriff's office and the county's done a great job. It is very, very safe here.
King says the schedule for the rest of 2021 still lags behind a pre-COVID schedule, but he says since there's such a pent-up demand for gatherings right now, he's expecting 2022 to be extremely busy. In Cleveland, I'm Kevin Barry, News 5.
A Super Bowl-inspired exhibit is headed to the Rock Hall later this month, just in time for the NFL Draft. The exhibit opens 2 weeks from today. Oh, yeah, we're pumped. It's going to be on display until September. You can expect to see items from decades of memorable national anthems and halftime performances. Right now at Stan Hewitt Hall and Gardens, when you buy a ticket at regular price and donate a non-perishable food item, the second ticket is free. That's right, I said free. The Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank is in need of boxed cereal, peanut butter, canned vegetables, and personal care items. Tickets for the Wonderstruck Music Festival go on sale at 10 this morning. The two-day event is scheduled for July 24th and 25th. Performers include Ohio's own Walk the Moon, plus Grammy Award winners Portugal the Man and Third Eye Blind. Hot lineup. Well, tonight's the final installment of the Twilight Zone series. It kicks off at 7 p.m. It's called Brightmas. You can stream it live on Bright Winter's Facebook, or you can see it on the YouTube live pages. So just some fun for you this evening. The pandemic has put real-world experience for aspiring teachers in jeopardy, but the College of Worcester found a solution for its education students. It's interesting. They brought the classroom to the students using robots. A professor at the college says those robots allow students the chance to get in a variety of different classrooms and grade levels throughout the semester.
Some may not know if they even want to be teachers. Some might think they want to work with younger kids or older kids, and that we're able to very easily switch them from maybe a first grade classroom, and then the next 2 weeks they might be looking at an 8th grade English class, and then the next 2 weeks a high school history class.
All thanks to the robots. Worcester's Education Department is planning to send the robots to other classrooms